All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to share how I use AI to find and analyze rental property deals that print cash that can pay me forever. So, first thing you're going to want to do is I would recommend you sign up for the $20 a month ChatGPT or Claude plan. This is ChatGPT right now, and so I'm just going to use this as the example. I created a project. You might be able to do this in the free version, but the output just tends to be better when you pay for the tool. So pay the $20 a month. It's worth it. So what I did was I created a folder, my last video, which was how I got my first rental property for free that now pays me $559 a month. It was a Section 8 investment property. So I'm going to use that as the strategy that I'm walking through in this video. So I created a project specifically called S8 for Section 8, and I'm going to share how I'm just going to pretend I don't know anything about the markets. I'm going to go and use this tool to figure out where I'm going to invest, and I'm going to use it to analyze some deals. I'm going to show you some deals, finding them, and I'm going to use this tool or this AI to analyze those deals. Okay? So first thing, I want to know where I'm going to invest. So I'm simply going to go here, and if you type in the same prompt, you might get a different answer. So you want to test this out for yourself. But I'm going to say I want to get into investing in Section 8 rental properties. I want to buy properties for $150K or less with $500 a month plus in profit potential. I also want to avoid complete F grade, D and F grade war zone neighborhoods. Please list me the top 10 to 15 cities to invest. Okay? So I'm figuring out where I'm going to be looking. The most important thing is where you're buying, because that's where you're going to be looking for properties. So now it's analyzing my criteria. Purchase price $150K or less, $500 a month plus per property in monthly cash flow, avoid D and F grade neighborhoods and war zones, Section 8 rentals. Okay, good. So I actually have a bunch of rentals in Cleveland. Yep, so I told you I'd pretend like I didn't know anything about this, but just looking at this list, this is a pretty good list in terms of where you want to look. So let's go through this list and see what it ends up at. This one's new. Rochester, New York, Little Rock. Okay, so to avoid war zones, you want to evaluate by street and zip code, not just city. Use Rentometer. Okay. Now, what we have is, I'm just going to speed run through this, right? But we have a list. And so we're going to go and pick one of these cities. You can go and do a lot more research on these cities, which is probably what I'd do if I wasn't filming a video. But I'm just going to take number one, which is Cleveland. And it just happens to be a city I'm very familiar with. So you can see Cleveland, Ohio, why it's attractive, low prices, 50 up to 130K homes, strong Section 8 demand, great in B and C neighborhoods like Garfield Heights, Maple Heights. That's funny. I have houses in all three of these neighborhoods. So Cleveland, Ohio. In the last video, I mentioned a C-grade neighborhood. It's actually in one of these here. I'll let you guess which one it is. But what we're going to do now, we're going to assume that we picked Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Now we're going to go over to this site. It's called huduser.gov. And type in, if you go to Google, you type in HUD-user gov FMR, literally the letters FMR. You're going to come up to this page. And this is where we're going to see the potential of cash flow that we can make based on the bedroom count for the houses that we buy. Section 8 pays based mostly on the bedroom count. So I'm going to go to 2025, and I'm going to click this button here. And now I'm going to find this state. So it's in Ohio. And I know that I would go to Cleveland if I didn't know this already, but I would go to Google, type in Cleveland. I would find the county. So it's Cuyahoga County. And then what I would do is I would have this on screen, because this is going to tell me based on the zip code how much Section 8 is willing to pay up to. Okay, you can actually get numbers that are higher than this if you go directly to the Cuyahoga HUD site. It will give you like the actual the rent breakdowns, and so you can actually do that on pretty much any county website. I think they pulled it from here, but they're a little more updated and they're more accurate because it's coming directly from the county's website. So let's just look through this. I'm gonna choose. Let's choose one that I'm familiar with. I have properties in, let's do this because I just bought one recently in 44137. So you could see this is based on the bedroom count. This is one bedroom. I actually don't know what efficiency is, but one bedroom, 2, 3, 4. So based on like if you buy a house with 3 bedrooms, you would look in the 3 bedrooms, or maybe you buy a house with 3 bedrooms, you add a bedroom, then you would look in the 4 bedrooms. So this is how you're going to know before you buy a property, the potential of what it's going to cash flow. Now, you won't always get exactly these numbers. Like I typically we'll get between like 85 to 90% typically. Sometimes it goes all the way up to the top. But this is going to give you a good idea of like the ranges that you can plan. So I'm going to go back to Redfin now. You can go to Redfin, you can go to Zillow, you can go to Realtor. And I'm just going to use this zip code, okay? So I'm going to go, and you're going to get faster at this the more that you do it and the more familiar you are with the areas. So I'm going to go here and type in 44137, and we're going to see what's on market. So I'm going to filter for house. You can do multifamily too if you want to, but I'm doing a house for this. I'm going to go and sort by low to high just to see the price ranges. And I can see right here, this one looks like good potential. Yeah, this one looks not bad. So let's just take this one as an example. We just found a house. Just based on these pictures, I would estimate 10 to 15,000 rehab. Yeah, I'd have to run it through my inspector and then run it over to my contractor to get the actual quotes. They typically will do a walkthrough for me, but this will give you a good starting point. So now let's just take this example. Okay, I'm going to go back to this tool and I'm going to say, okay, I'm investing in 4413. I'm looking for properties in 44137. I found one for, what was it? 104 900 31. Let me make sure I got that right. Yep, 31. And what does Section 8 pay? 1920. And the FMR on HUD site is 1920. Can you analyze this deal for me? So I know a few things. I might miss some things since I'm doing it off the top of my head, but I'm going to say take into account 10% property management, property taxes. Let's do, typically my insurance plans are like $600 to $900 a year. So let's just say $750 a year for insurance. Let's allocate $150 a month for maintenance, reserves. What else is there? Let's do a 30-year loan at 7%. I think that's what it's at right now. Let's see, we got management, property taxes, insurance, reserves. 30-year loan at 27% with 20% down. Yeah, that's all I can think of for now. So Actually, I'll say anything else I'm missing. Okay, so let's do this. Let's enter it in and let's see what we come up with. So now it's analyzing our deal. And I'm using this for real estate, but like I've said in my previous videos, you can create prompts. If you know what you're doing and how you're using the tool, you can create prompts and tools like literally in seconds for anything that you want to do. So, and I use it for this purpose a lot, for analyzing my deals. So you can see we got it's assuming the 1920 a month FMR. So you want to kind of look at like the worst case and the best case. But we're going to go here and look at what we got here. 707, 48 a month in potential net cash flow. Okay. In a matter of minutes, I don't know how long this video is, but we used AI to find the right cities to invest. We went over to Redfin and we went over to the HUD site to look at the rents and what we could get potentially. Then we picked a zip code, we went over to Redfin, and then we found a property. We brought that property and some of the breakdown of the information, like the price point, the potential rent. We put it back into the tool. And what do we have here? We have a $700 a month plus a net cash flow deal. Okay. So what I would do from here is I would probably call up my contractor. I would call up my agent and say, hey, what do you guys think of this deal? Like, do you see any big red flags, like in terms of a rehab? I would get the rehab budget to see how that would cost. I would add this in, but this is based on us putting 20% down. And this purchase price, we could probably also get this purchase price down. Let's see how long it's been on market. 7 days. So usually after like 30 days or so, you can get them down in price. I always start with the low ball offer. But yeah, in a matter of minutes, we just found a potential deal. And this would have taken, just when I started in 2022, this would have taken, it did take a lot longer, right? Having to guess a lot of these things and not having a tool to like break it down. I had a calculator tool, but it wasn't always the best. It would break. It was built in Google Sheets. And this is just, it finds us deals and it analyzes the deal and it breaks it down and saves us a lot of time and tells us if we should pull the trigger. So I know I talk a lot about book publishing on this channel and marketing and all that, but you can also use it. I use it a lot in my investment side as well, and analyzing and breaking things down so that I can make decisions faster and easier. So yeah, we just found a potential deal that we can go into. I'm not going to go just buy it. I'm going to look at it actually. I'm going to send it over to my contractor. But we found a deal, a potential deal in a matter of minutes. So I hope you guys found this useful. If you want to see more real estate videos, let me know in the comments what you do want to see. And if you want to make money that you could then put into real estate, then right now AI book publishing, I have students getting paid $2K, $5K, up to $10K for book publishing services. So if you want to get paid to do that, go to the link in the description, onehourabooks.com/system. That's going to walk you through how to do that. But I hope you found this useful. Let me know what you want to see next in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.